welcome back to Seriously Play YouTube channel. Nice to see you again and share with you my favorite country, Malaysia. So today, I'm going to share with you the do's and don'ts to reduce your cultural shock here in Malaysia. As we know, Malaysia is a multicultural society which consists of the population of Malay, Chinese and Indian. So don't worry, Malaysians are generally friendly and they can speak English very well. So if you have something to ask or you got lost on your way, information is readily available to you easily. Thus, without further ado, let's start! First, don't greet a woman by shaking her hands suddenly, especially to Malay women. Generally, men and women here don't greet each other by handshaking, rather just smiling. This is because Malaysia consists of 70% of Muslim population. In their culture, shaking hands with the opposite gender is a no-no. But there you will find some women do shake hands with their partner. Naturally, people will greet each other by handshaking, right? I guess there are many kinds of greetings other than a handshake, such as smiling, say hello or hi, or even hugging or kissing. For me, best to avoid issues by greeting with a smile out of mutual respect. Next, no need to leave any tips on the table. In the West, if you eat in a local restaurant and you're very satisfied with their service, you will leave a tip on the table, don't you? This custom doesn't work here so much. The server or waiter will run toward you to return your money. They will think that you left the money by accident. But don't worry, you can appreciate their service by giving the tip to them in person. And next, don't touch the local people on their head. The reason is that head is the most important and sacred part of the body for Malaysian. The culture also prohibits younger people to touch their elders on their head. So my advice is, don't ever touch anyone's head without clear permission and purpose. Remember, this also applies to children. Don't even try to touch their head even though you have a clear purpose. So don't use unmetered taxi. If I travel to new places, I would take a taxi because it's available everywhere and it will take me to places faster. This is similar in Malaysia, as you can find taxi everywhere. But please do your research before riding with them. Some drivers charge by the meter and some don't. So they can charge very high than expected fare when you ride with them. So my suggestion is, book your ride with an online platform such as Grab, which is similar to Uber, as it is more reliable and cheaper than taxi. And lastly, showing public affection is prohibited. If you visit tourist places or the mall, you will notice signs that prohibits you from showing your public affection. This is because some local feels uncomfortable and inappropriate in public. This applies to married couples too. So, I think something is better to do in private. Do's. First is to dress appropriately, especially in places like mosques, temples and many others. You can dress casually or stylishly when you come for a vacation. But some places in Malaysia do have a strict dress code to follow. So, please ensure you cover your elbows and knees or you will be denied entry into those places such as religious places or government offices. This is important as you are showing respect. I don't think there's anything wrong with the traveler wearing their outfits, but it's best to dress appropriately. The next do is to remove your footwear before entering the Malaysian houses. Well, this might sound strange to you, especially if you come from a continent outside of Asia. In most Asia, this habit is adopted because of the cleanliness and respectfulness towards the householder. So, you can leave your footwear outside or in front of the door, and it's perfectly safe. Next is to use the public transport such as buses, trains, and many others. If you visit Kuala Lumpur, you can enjoy the public transport because it's easy accessible and affordable. And you can access it to some famous tourist spots. Isn't it interesting? If you are someone like me who like new experiences, I would recommend this mode of traveling, as you will discover little places that you will find amusing. For your information, public transport can't get you faster. So if you are in a rush, please don't use the public transport. The fourth is to mind your body language. I think this will be a new experiment while practicing the body language that I will mention. Normally, you can give and receive something with one hand. But in Malaysia, we prefer to do it with the right hand. Please don't use your fingers to point in the direction or at somebody else. It is more polite to use an open hand to show your sincerity. So let's try to handle everything with your right before coming to Malaysia. Last but not least, prepare well before and upon coming to Malaysia. Another important thing is you must have your insurance ready before coming, even though you're in good health. Prevention is better than cure, right? So if you get ill or met an accident, it will help you to cover your cost of medicine. Also, double check your belongings before and after you have come here. There you have it! Here are some do's and don'ts to know before coming to Malaysia. Hopefully, this will help you to enjoy more here. So again, if you have any topic that you want me to talk about, comment below. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media in the description box below. Don't take life seriously, have fun, and play. And I'm out.